Treat enterprise artificial intelligence as a single, massive, unstructured monolith, and you will find that your entire data pipeline will rapidly collapse. Shoving all operational tasks into one generalized model creates massive inefficiencies. Resources are misallocated, and precision is lost. Scaling operations requires replacing that single label with a composite architecture, a specifically engineered financial tech stack. To achieve operational efficiency, we must abandon the broad umbrella of AI and start defining a strict architectural taxonomy. This graphic outlines the 5 distinct paradigms of financial AI, mapping the progression from baseline traditional prediction on the left to advanced agentic orchestration on the right. These layers are not incremental upgrades. Each paradigm tackles a mutually exclusive operational task within the firm. Building a resilient tech stack means defining the exact boundaries of each layer, starting from the analytical baseline. Traditional AI is the quantitative engine of the architecture. It specializes purely in high-speed pattern recognition. It operates with a strict constraint. It does not generate anything new. It only calculates probabilities based on existing numerical inputs. Here, traditional AI applies to analytical functions, like detecting suspicious transactions and estimating credit risk. Visa relies on this calculation layer to evaluate millions of transactions for fraud in milliseconds. MasterCard similarly uses probabilistic scoring to evaluate risk before payments clear, powering real-time verification. Traditional AI secures the perimeter and provides the mathematical baseline, but it cannot communicate those findings. Moving up the stack, we transition from raw calculation to articulation. The data pipeline must now communicate. This is the specific utility of generative AI. It translates dense numerical telemetry into human-readable text. Generative models handle translation workflows, such as drafting financial summaries and explaining cash flow variances. Morgan Stanley utilizes this layer to parse institutional knowledge and prepare client-facing summaries. Bloomberg also developed specialized language models trained exclusively on financial text and market terminology. Generative AI resolves the communication bottleneck. It ensures that output from the predictive layer is instantly usable by human analysts. Both previous layers share a rigid limitation. They rely entirely on clean, structured data arrays or text. Business reality is messy and unpredictable. Physical IDs, scanned PDFs, handwritten notes, and complex diagrams constantly flood the intake system. Multimodal AI bridges this gap by simultaneously ingesting unstructured images, documents, and transaction histories into a single perceptual matrix. Insurance firms like Lemonade and State Farm integrate visual data analytics to instantly cross-reference physical property damage images with written claims. Multimodal architecture widens the system's intake aperture. It allows the firm to process the physical world, not just a database. Perception and analysis now transition into active software execution. AI agents act as discrete software operators. They are engineered to execute strictly bounded, specific tasks. Agents operate within narrow parameters, using existing business infrastructure to check account information, prepare refunds, or route complex issues to human staff. Bank of America and Capital One use agents to autonomously execute account alerts and monitor transactions on behalf of the user. Agents are highly efficient at targeted microtasks. However, their architecture does not grant them the authority to redesign the broader workflow. This brings us to the crucial architectural divide in modern fintech, the difference between executing an isolated task and managing a complete workflow. Agentic AI serves as the overarching orchestrator. It is equipped with dynamic logic to plan, adapt, and sequence multiple steps. It operates autonomously across multiple enterprise systems, continuously running processes until it hits an assigned risk threshold, which it then escalates to a human. This diagram highlights holistic corporate applications. HighRadius deploys autonomous tools to oversee entire cash management and treasury workflows, prioritizing collections without line-by-line human input. Similarly, Microsoft Copilot for Finance acts as an orchestrator, navigating across different platforms to automate complex variance analysis and ledger reconciliation. Agentic AI represents the top of the stack. It shifts the corporate capability from simple automation to true system autonomy. Enterprise value requires integrating these isolated capabilities. A modern pipeline relies on all 5 layers interlocking. A raw claim file enters the architecture, where multimodal perception instantly scans both text and attached imagery. The extracted data is routed to traditional prediction, which calculates probabilities and flags a specific metric in red. That anomaly triggers an AI agent, which immediately pulls a historical account file to provide necessary context. Finally, the agentic orchestrator compiles these steps and directs generative articulation to output a clear, plain text summary for the reviewing manager. Mapping these strict operational boundaries is the absolute prerequisite to building a scalable, autonomous financial pipeline.